Retain gang, what's poppin', man? This your boy Tay, back at y'all again. As always, man, I appreciate y'all for clicking on this video. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Hit that like button so we can get this thing in the algorithm. Also, hit that bell if you haven't subscribed already. I show my gratitude. I want to talk about choosing signals when you're on semen retention. I got a question from a guy asking how to deal with women and how to pinpoint or how to recognize choosing signals. So guys, what you got to realize is by you being on SR and you being on SR for a long streak, I say at least 2-3 months, you'll notice you'll have heavy choosing signals. Okay, but you got to pay attention. See, a lot of times you don't realize a woman is actually choosing you. She'll be choosing you and you don't even recognize the signs or the signals that she's showing you. You know what I'm saying? You'd be surprised. There's a lot of guys who miss out. On SR, though, it's a little bit different because on SR, your nervous system is more activated, which means that you feel the energy around you. You can feel people's vibes. It's a lot stronger. You'll be able to pick up on people's emotions. Your intuition. I notice my intuition is through the roof. Okay? It's on double time. It's twice as strong. You'll notice when you get around women that you can feel her vibe. Remember, guys, communication is nonverbal. Over half of the communication you have with someone is nonverbal. So you'll notice women start doing little things when they get around you. Start flicking their hair, you know, holding eye contact with you. But understand too, guys, your heart rate starts to get higher when there's someone around you that's attractive, because you get nervous, you get anxiety, right? So your heart rate, your heartbeat gets faster. Your body temperature rises. Okay, you start to warm up when you find someone attractive. So all these little subtle hints, you know, if someone's body temperature is rising, that's heat coming off their body. And on SR, you're more sensitive to energy, you're more sensitive to people's auras, so you can feel that heat, you can feel the vibration of her heartbeat. Okay, all these things are being sent out into the airwaves. You might not consciously know it, but subconsciously you're picking up on these things. Okay, the hairs on your arm and your legs. Okay, your nervous system, everything is picking up on this information. It gives you the perception of your environment, and it's giving you all this information so that you can process it. So if you're at the gym, you at the grocery store, or you just, you know, around the way somewhere, and you notice you keep getting stares, you notice that when women come around you, they just start acting different. They start doing little things. And in your gut feeling, you wondering if she's sending you a signal. You know what I'm saying? And most of the time it is a signal. You guys have to study. You have to be a social connoisseur, if you will. Okay? The best teacher in life is experience. So you got to get out here and you got to experiment. You got to watch other people, watch couples. Look how they interact with each other. Look at the body language. Okay, feel the vibes. And then when you collect all this data, it'll give you a better perspective on when you're in that situation. Is this a choosing signal for me, or is this person not paying me no attention? See, a problem with a lot of guys, and the reason why they have a hard time with women, a hard time knowing if she's interested or not, is simply because you just lack the experience. You lack the knowledge. You lack the self-awareness, social awareness too. Okay, so the best teacher is experience. You got to get out here and live life. Especially for my young guys. You're not going to get all the answers overnight. You got to live life. Okay? But on semen retention, you're definitely going to pick up on these things. It's going to be a lot more obvious. And women are going to subconsciously start doing things around you. More so than she would another guy. Because it's something about you that she's picking up on. Remember, guys, women are very intuitive. They tapped into the spiritual world even more so than men. And as a man, you're releasing pheromones. Heavy, especially when you get around women, because your body wants to procreate. right? That's biology 101. So by you being on retention, you're sending off pheromones that's saying, hey, I have a strong seed. Hey, I'm very fertile. And she's going to pick up on that energy. So she's going to start doing things around you, choosing on you without even realizing she's doing it, right? Watch her body language. Watch when you're talking or when you're present, look at how she's standing. A woman's always going to angle herself to be looking at you, right? Her feet. She might be turned this way talking to someone, but if her feet is pointed towards you, that means that you have her attention, okay? Notice that she's always glancing at you, looking at you. You hold eye contact with her and she holds it for a second and looks away, right? These are all little clues. Trust me, if a woman don't find you attractive, she's not going to keep looking at you. Unless you out here just doing some goofball stuff or you causing the scene. But for the most part, no one's going to look at you unless they don't see something about you or find you attractive, right? Notice her pupils. Her pupils will dilate. They'll be a lot bigger, right, when you're around. Because if your crush come around, you get excited. You happy to see her, right? It does something to you. It releases dopamine whenever you see someone that you like or someone that you're attracted to. So if you guys want to get better at picking up on these signals and knowing how to read body language, there's this book called What Everybody Is Saying by Joe Navarro. And it shows you in the book, like just even with the eyes, how someone's talking and how they look, the tone of their voice, just everything. Okay, all these little hints and clues, just like when police interrogate a suspect. They have an interrogation specialist that goes in there and they're not just listening to what that person's saying. They're looking at the nonverbal cues. Looking at this person's hand, does it fidget? Looking at their body movements. When they talk, do they scratch themselves? Do they look nervous? Which way do they look when they answer a question? If you look to the right and up or down, it means that you're making up a story. Usually when you look to the left, that means you're telling the truth. So it's all these little clues and hints, but this book will help you out on being able to pick up on these clues as well. Okay, guys, knowledge is power. So the more knowledge you have of something, the more aware you will be. You'll be able to express yourself a lot better when you do your research and you learn, and it's going to also make your life easier. Okay? You ain't got to sit up here and try to solve a mystery. You'll see a person do a certain gesture and okay, this person's feeling this way, or they're feeling like this. Okay, this she's interested in me. Oh, nah, she did this. She put her head down and she not interested, right? So SR, with your nervous system and your aura being a lot stronger, a lot more sensitive. Remember, guys, I tell you, you feel more connected on semen retention. The reason why you feel more connected to the Most High God, to nature, and everything around you, people's emotions, is because your aura body is a lot more sensitive. It's up and running. It's awakened. Okay? And you're going to feel, you're going to pick up on these things. You're going to it's just going to be like clockwork for you. On top of you doing your research for yourself, don't just rely on semen retention, because you still have to do your research. You still have to put practice in. I'm just saying that SR is going to make it a lot easier for you. Okay? It's like it's going to enhance your ability to be able to see things for what they really are. Right, guys? Semen retention dispels the illusion. When you go for long streaks, because this is a spiritual practice. It's not just something that you do for women. This is a spiritual practice. So it's going to help you awaken yourself. And when you awaken yourself, the real world starts to come forth. The world that you knew before starts to crumble. Everything that you were taught that you thought was real is really not. And that whole world falls apart. So with this, guys, you're going to be able to pick up on signals a lot more quicker. You know what I'm saying? And it's just by you having that self-control and you handling your lower nature, the way that you approach women is going to be different. So you're not just looking at her in a lustful way. I mean, you are, of course. You're still looking at the cheeks. Because what I've noticed is semen retention, it helps you notice the little things about women, which makes women more attractive to you. You just notice her smile. You'll notice her skin, like everything. And it just makes you fall in love with women. Not just on a physical level, but just her overall being, the way she was created, the way that she carries herself. And you're going to be able to decipher from different women and know which ones are worth your energy and which ones aren't. I promise you guys, once you start being aware, I promise you guys, I got some homework for y'all. Okay? Next time you go somewhere, if it's a party or if you're at the grocery store, at the gym, just sit back and observe everybody. Okay? Especially the women. Look at how the women, just look how they move around men. Look how the men move around the women. Okay? Just pay attention to everybody, how they communicate. You know, when a guy walks in that looks like, you know, he can get women, how do the women respond to him? Right? When a woman walks in that, you know, all the guys would probably like, how do they respond to her? Just start looking at how everybody's interacting with each other. Okay? And you're going to start to pick up on nonverbal cues, body language, and it's going to give you more intelligence on how to react, how people respond subconsciously without even knowing they're saying anything. Okay? So that's my homework for y'all. Wherever you're going, do this social experiment for yourself so you can gain better knowledge and do some research for yourself and be able to take this and apply it to your life. So when you know if this woman is choosing on you or not. And not even just for women, just in general, man. You want to be able to pick up on people's intentions. You can tell a lot about a person's intentions by how they're reacting and responding via their body language, via the tone of their voice, the certain looks that they make. Okay? So I don't want to make this video too long, man. I just want to tell you guys that when you're on SR, a lot of these signs become obvious because you're more tapped in. Okay? Remember, emotions, all these things are just vibrations. And this is a body of water that we're in right now. So all these vibrations get sent through this body of water and you pick up on it. And your aura is a lot bigger and more stronger. So you're going to pick up on these subtle hints a lot easier. All right? Tap in and practice for yourself, man. So that's the video for today. If you guys want to donate to the channel, I'll leave all my links in the description and in my pinned comments. Also, if y'all need a one-on-one consultation, you want to speak to your boy Tay, I'll leave my link in the description as well. That being said, y'all have a beautiful day, and I'm out. Peace.